Welcome, my gamer tag is Cowboy Tori and I make videos on World of Warship Legends. I make 5 of these every week, so a like or subscription would highly be appreciated. I've made a little change in my recordings. I'm now gonna try to do some more recordings where I record my commentary afterwards, so play without making live commentary, and then record my comments afterwards. I hope that will lead to better gameplay on my part, because I'm not splitting my attention between commentary and gameplay then. In this game, although we'll end up losing, I still wanted to keep and share this video, this game, because I do very well in the team. So we start here to a small turn, and I'm already facing a Koningsberg and West Virginia, but the Koningsberg gets immediately a final blow. So, and of course here now the problem is I'm fighting it out with that West Virginia, who strangely enough seems to remain stationary, so that makes it easier for me to aim. Or destroyer, so we have 4 destroyers versus 3 destroyers, so one of our destroyers is already battling for capturing the B flag, but it seems that the enemy destroyer is leading. So what important is here in this battle, as you can see, I'm firing at the West Virginia, somebody else is firing at the West Virginia, so he's basically in a crossfire. I think he's shot upon from 3 sides. Oh, this is you can see in the foreground the other ship attacking him. So the advantage is we're firing with 2 to 3 players, or at least 2 players at him. So he has to divide his attention, and even for more, although towards me he's only showing his bow, he's clearly showing his flank to another ship. So that makes it easier for us. 3 can fire at, or 2 can fire at 1. He can only fire back at 1. So I'm now also trying to a little bit angling my ship in case of return fire. And as you can see also on the minimap, I am within range of other ships, but due to the map layout of Two Brothers, basically the fight is between West Virginia and me, and the other ships that are supporting me. The enemies near A or no match or can't focus on me because the island is blocking the views. And C we have in control. Again, the West Virginia is for some reason against stationary. And as Napoleon says, if an enemy makes a mistake, don't interrupt him. So now of course I'm getting close to A. That smoke is worrying me. I remember that from the game because I couldn't see who's inside that smoke. There's, as far as I know, an enemy destroyer, an enemy cruiser, all ships that can have torpedoes, that can suddenly fling torpedoes at me. So I'm paying attention, and actually here I'm turning around. I'm gonna go to starboard, make a 180. I'm not going to get in past the island for the very simple reason then I'll be facing certainly a cruiser and a battleship, so I will be then outnumbered myself. So I'm checking, okay, the situation on that enemy cruiser and that enemy battleship. Focusing back on the West Virginia, who is now sailing backwards away. But sadly, we lost B. And that will eventually lead to our downfall, and we'll be losing in points. But again, and you can also see it on the mini map, the West Virginia and an enemy cruiser, they're the only ones that are really within my range. And they might fire at me, but it's okay, firing at the West Virginia. Okay, now we get spotted, and that's dangerous. You see, I spotted now. I mistakenly believe I spotted that Iron Duke, but it's actually here, the cause of the smoke, that Orhotnik. So it's of course dangerous, so I immediately change my course, change my speed, simply to offset any torpedoes that have been fired at me.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And indeed,
Torpedoes to starboard.
but it seems that Orhotnik is firing at us at maximum range of his torpedoes, because they don't manage to get close to me. So now I'm focusing on the Iron Duke, because he's in on the flag. As you can see, he's aiming at me too. So now we're gonna trade fire.
Teammate, I need your support.
Almost destroyed him. But now I'm getting fire myself. And I lost my target in the smoke. A Fuso. The distance with there's the West Virginia, who is who's coming back into the fight. Guns aimed to me, so I'm gonna try to get rid of him. But see, now I'm getting into troubles. There's at least 1, 2, 3 ships, perhaps 4 if you count the ship in the smoke, that can fire at me. Again, torpedoes, but at a max range. So, and there's a destroyer somewhere nearby, unseen for me.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
And there goes the West Virginia.
Battleship foundered. Torpedoes direct front.
And basically here I know, okay, my health, as you can see, I'm in the red. I'm fighting against 2 ships who have combined more than enough health to dispatch of me. So I'm aiming at the one with the lowest health, and that's the California.
Torpedoes direct front.
Again, somebody is firing torpedoes at me, but at a very range, at an uncomfortable range for me. For him, he can't reach me, so he should get closer. But perhaps he fears then that he will become visible for me. And there he is again. That destroyer, that lone destroyer, that Orhotnik.
Torpedoes to starboard.
California is gone.
Nice work.
So maybe we can still sink him.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Trying to recapture. We're leading again. And my death causes our loss. Let's look at the end score. So we already know 102 damage, 102,000 damage, and 246,000 credits. And if we thank you for watching, good evening, good night, and see you in the next video.